All right, it's that great debate. I guess the market's version of the chicken and the egg argument. Lower energy prices should be good because consumers then have more money in their wallet with what they're saving at the pump. They spend it. Good for the economy, good for the GDP, et cetera. The flip side of that is we live in an energy-dependent environment, certainly energy-dependent markets. They dominate and are a big disproportionate factor in the overall Dow itself, the S&P 500. So if they're hurting because they're losing money or not making as much money and they're laying off people, about 60,000 to date this year, and there's more of that, then that can't be a good thing. So which wins out, and does it really help or hurt our economy longer term? We got Ryan Tate and Johnny Courtney now on the impact this will have. Joni, what do you think? Help or hurt?
Well, in the long term, I actually think this truly can help the economy, but certainly the oil sector is feeling the brunt of the layoffs and the job cuts. We certainly see at Monster, the job postings in that particular industry are probably down 50% year over year, and that number is even trending up. But that's still a very percentage of actual online job postings. So overall, jobs are up like 4% year over year. So it is leading into other sectors.
Yeah, and by the way, there are other sectors that feed this industry. I mean, if you are in oil, Ryan, as smart guys like you remind me, there are oil services and those that make the rigs and equipment that service that industry, and on we go. So it has sort of like a domino effect. If one goes bad, they go bad as well. Do you see that happening? And if so, does it cost even more jobs than we've seen lost thus far?
Yes, well, I think first you got to remember and realize that consumer confidence is up. This would be a real problem, Neil, if Americans weren't spending the money they're saving, but we are. And so I think if this is a long-term situation, if we don't have the roller coaster where it's high and low, if it truly stays low for a sustained period of time, I think overall that can be very beneficial as the markets correct and the money isn't lost, it's transferred. As long as we're spending it, and by most accounts, you've got 6 to 8% of the money going back into the American home's pocketbook in discretionary spending. And if they're spending it, it can have a good long-term effect. If it's
in other
the
words,
roller coaster.
offsetting what's going on. Guys, as you're both chatting here, it's something that is relating to this. What's going on in the House of Representatives, two different measures there, voting on one to disapprove this entire Iran measure, another one voting on a bill to restrict the president from lifting sanctions on Iran outright. Now, neither of these necessarily mean it's going anywhere, that this deal is a done deal, whether you like it or not, and this just might be more parliamentary kabuki theater. But I think looking at this, Joni, I'm stepping back and saying, all right, this doesn't really change the fact that this is going to happen. It doesn't change the fact that Iran's going to have 2 million barrels a day of oil on the market and continue flooding the supply that's already flooded. And it's going to continue to lead to oil prices going lower. With those assumptions in place, and assumptions are just that, assumptions, then we're going to see more job losses and we're going to see lower oil and gas prices. Problematic, you say?
No, I really think that we will see the job losses impact that particular sector, but we're certainly going to see continued increases. And I agree that, more money in the consumers' pockets will certainly lead to them spending more. Confidence is up. We're seeing auto sales, coming strong, retail sales moving in the right direction, construction, housing, people are investing in their homes. So I think the lower oil prices could have a positive impact on the economy and GDP, which we certainly
But you never want too much.
I
understand, but Ryan, you never want too much of a good thing, right? I mean, it can go too far, or can it? What do you think?
Correct. Well, again, I think that's what's beautiful about the American economy. When left alone and when you remove the regulations that drag it down, free enterprise and capitalism will work. You look at what OPEC is doing, you look at Iran and a lot of the other foreign countries, they're still continuing to flood the market. They're trying to price us out, if you will, in hopes that they don't lose market share. I think what we've done is tried to become more energy independent, so we have a lot more production here at home. And this is just a result of that. We're taking care of ourselves. Hopefully we have a good price that is affordable for Americans at the pump. that gives us the discretionary income to also reinvest in our homes and everything else and have a good, stable, sustained economy here in America.
All right, guys, I want to thank you. I wish I had more time. I just want to get an update on these alerts out of Washington that the House has gone ahead and defeated this bill to approve the Iran Accord. But that doesn't really change the equation.